Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5 in Yakima, officials say a pedestrian has now died after he was hit by a driver that showed signs of impairment. What we're learning about the change to the charges. Plus, our own Natalie Keller was at the annual West Valley Fair today. We'll share what exhibitors are saying about the impact of the event. And a new airline and a new destination. We'll tell you the changes ahead for travelers of the Tri-Cities Airport.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday. I'm Wendy Redman. Austin is off. We are learning tonight charges for a driver who apparently struck a pedestrian have now changed from vehicular assault to vehicular homicide after the victim has now died in the hospital. On the morning of July 3rd, Yakima officers say they found a man lying in the intersection of West Nob Hill Boulevard and 23rd Avenue in Yakima. He has only been identified as a 32-year-old man with ties to the Kennewick area. Officers say the driver, 39-year-old Mauricio Archiga, showed signs of impairment. A blood sample was taken and sent to a toxicology lab. Court records show Archiga was arraigned this morning. A beloved slide that was stolen from a Richland business in January has now been returned. Queensgate Gardens' 18-foot metal slide was returned in the middle of the night, about half a year after it was mysteriously taken. The slide is sentimental to owner Brian Keel, whose son built it by teaching himself to weld after a biking accident. Although Keel still doesn't know who took the slide, he's happy to have it back.
We found it laying in the grass down below over there on the street by our truck. And somebody had just dumped it off apparently in the middle of the night, and we found it, and we're just overjoyed to have it back.
The slide is currently being repainted and will be back at the nursery in September. All right, time now for a check on your weather. Hayden Nix is filling in for Stacy Lee for us, and he has the very latest as we get you ready for a First Alert Weather Day coming up soon. Good evening to you, Hayden.
Hey, Wendy, yeah, that is right. We are looking at for tomorrow our First Alert Weather Day due to some big changes coming our way here. Temperatures at the moment, though, pretty much on average with 93 degrees. Currently being reported there from our Skycam Bimart with a light wind at 8 miles per hour, dew point at 49. You know it's dry out there when it's like that. And elsewhere, temperatures are pretty similar like that. We've got lower to mid 90s across much of the region at this time. But as we move into tomorrow, that's when the dynamics change to our forecast. We are anticipating an uptick in our winds, downslope coming out of the Cascades there, and with that we are going to see those temperatures climbing into the upper 90s with very dry conditions out there. So those overnight lows tonight to the lower 60s will quickly transition to some much hotter weather as we approach tomorrow afternoon, with wind gusts as high as 25 to 45 miles per hour. So of course we're going to be talking more about this First Alert Weather Day coming up in a little bit and how this weekend is shaping up as well.
All right, Hayden, thanks so much. Well, if you've ever watched a live animal cam like bald eagles or pandas, Washington State just took that idea and gave it a bit of a twist. This time looking toward wildfires. The Department of Natural Resources teamed up with Pano AI to put wildfire detection cameras online, and now you can watch them too. The cameras are placed in 21 high-risk locations around the state, scanning the horizon 24/7 for smoke or flames. The system uses AI to detect potential wildfire starts and sends high-def video straight to Pano staff who can alert DNR if they see trouble. It's all part of a 5-year pilot project launched in 2023.
Anything that we can do to raise public awareness and have the public engage with what we are doing as a wildland fire agency has benefits to address those fires, to make sure that they're kept off the landscape in the first place.
Now, anyone with a phone or computer can see what DNR sees, part of a push for more transparency and public engagement. For a link to these cameras, just head on over to AppleValleyNewsNow.com. 4-H and FFA students got some hands-on agriculture experience at the annual West Valley Fair today. Apple Valley News Now's Natalie Keller met one young exhibitor who shows animals in spite of obstacles in his life.
This is 11-year-old Jaden Prater and his silver fox rabbit 25AE4. Jaden's been showing animals in 4-H for 3 years, despite the fact that he has leg-calf-Perth disease, a condition that causes him to have no hip joints.
If it causes too much pain, I'll have a SVT episode, which is like a mini heart attack, so I have a 50-50 chance of living or dying. So it's the best thing I can do to actually have an activity that I can do.
Jaden says he's enjoyed showing animals not just because it's accessible to him, but because he can meet new people and learn alongside his peers. He knows all the ins and outs of how to get his animals in tip-top shape. In fact, he says he wants to be a 4-H instructor in the future.
It would be really good for kids to learn where the food comes from, because at this point they think it just comes from stores and restaurants. So it would be good for them to learn how to butcher, process, and help their animals and stuff like that.
Jaden's rabbit is certainly not the only animal friend out here today. Let's go see what else we can find.
Other kids are showing pigs, goats, chickens, and sheep. And their research they've done along the way. This young animal enthusiast has a piece of advice for other prospective exhibitors.
To do their hardest and to be confident.
The fair will continue for the next 2 days and end with a livestock sale at noon on Saturday. From Wiley City, Natalie Keller, Apple Valley News Now.
And if you want to pay these kids and animals a visit, admission is free. The executive director of Yakima Valley Partners Habitat for Humanity is stepping into an additional leadership role. Melanie Rosen has been elected president of the board of directors for Habitat for Humanity of Washington State. In this role, Rosen will oversee the state's executive director, help guide the organization's overall direction, and advocate for the organization on a legislative level. Rosen says she wants to help all 25 of the state's affiliates grow and balance a desire for sustainability with affordable housing. As far as she knows, she's the first person from Yakima to hold this position.
It's very humbling and inspiring at the same time. The people that have come before me in this role are absolute powerhouses in affordable housing in their own community. And in addition to that, it opens its doors for more recognition on a national level within Habitat.
Although she'll have additional responsibilities as president, Rosen says she will maintain her position in Yakima. President Trump is pushing back against the criticism surrounding the administration's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Christiane Cordero has the latest details now from Washington.
Attorney General Pam Bondi escaped to Alcatraz prison in San Francisco today as plans proceed to reopen it as a federal penitentiary. Bondi avoiding pressure from the press over the Epstein files by inviting only one friendly media outlet on today's tour. Despite intense criticism from many Trump supporters, Bondi still has the president's steadfast support.
It was this president who directed the Department of Justice and the Attorney General to do an exhaustive review of all files related to Jeffrey Epstein, which they did.
Influential Trump supporters and his close allies previously and repeatedly suggested, without providing evidence, the Epstein files were a cover-up by Democrats. Trump is now blaming Democrats for inciting the pressure, calling even his own supporters who want more transparency, quote, stupid.
The Democrats had control of this building, the White House, for 4 years, and they didn't do a dang thing when it came to transparency in regards to Jeffrey Epstein and his heinous crimes.
Epstein was a convicted sex offender who died in jail while awaiting trial for sex trafficking charges during Trump's first term. The circumstances around his death and unanswered questions about who all knew about or participated in his alleged crimes stoked a range of conspiracy theories. But last week, the DOJ and FBI released a memo concluding, among other things, that there was no incriminating list of clients and confirming Epstein died by suicide. That hasn't sat well with swaths of Trump supporters, as the calls for transparency now echo among some Republicans on Capitol Hill, urging the administration release everything it can on Epstein.
If it's embarrassing because somebody's implicated, that's fine. We just need to solve it.
Now, as Christiane Cordero reporting, of course, we'll follow the latest on this for you. Following this newscast, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir picks up on coverage of the fallout over the Epstein files as President Trump's supporters demand answers. So stay tuned for that. In downtown Kennewick, you've probably seen it. The Farmers Exchange building right off of Canal Drive. And now this century-old landmark has just been added to the National Register of Historic Places. Built back in 1912, the Farmers Exchange building served as a hub for local agriculture for more than 100 years. It's now the first downtown property in Kennewick to receive National Historic status, a move that celebrates its legacy and opens the door to preservation grants and tax incentives.
It speaks to the historic legacy of our community that we have historic assets in our downtown, and it's great to have our first building recognized. There are other buildings in the downtown footprint that are eligible for either state or national registry, and I hope this inspires other business owners.
The building could also help attract investors or buyers with an eye for history and a big step toward honoring the roots of Kennewick while moving it forward. Still to come here on the news at 5, new technology could soon stop impaired drivers from hitting the road. We'll explain how it works as Washington participates in this pilot program. And make sure you stay with us. Hayden is coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast as he looks at warmer weather on the way. We'll be right back.
It's our 48th anniversary at Moore Furniture, 3 generations strong, thanks to you. For 48 incredible years, we've had the honor of furnishing your homes. From our family to yours, we're celebrating with 72 months interest-free financing and no money down on every purchase over $19.99. Plus, we'll remove and donate your gently used pieces locally. That's 6 full years with no interest. Just gorgeous furniture, unbeatable value, and easy monthly payments. Only at Moore Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
An awesome canyon so close to home on Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back, everybody. Washington is taking a big step toward ending drunk driving with new technology that could stop impaired drivers before they even hit the road. The Washington Traffic Safety Commission just launched the Driven to Protect Washington initiative, joining a national effort to test advanced alcohol detection systems inside vehicles. The technology is called the Driver Alcohol Detection System for Safety. It can sense when a driver is over the legal limit and prevent the car from starting.
So it's seamlessly integrated into the car. There's a puff of air or a finger vein technology, a finger swipe that will read that driver's BAC level seamlessly and make the decision about whether or not the vehicle can start or not instantly.
Washington is one of only 4 states participating in this pilot program, with the Department of Transportation already testing the system in a few state vehicles. Officials hope the technology could one day become as common and life-saving as airbags and emergency braking systems. Mabton School District is losing more than $400,000 of federal funding for their upcoming school year. The effects of the loss already being felt as the district laid off 4 staff members last week. Several school programs will be impacted as well, we're told, with less funding going toward migrant education, English language acquisition, and before and after school supplemental learning programs.
We are working incredibly hard to make sure that our students and our families are taken care of, and we are going to find a way to make that happen, whether or not we do have the federal funds or we don't. We're going to take care of our kids. We're going to meet their needs. We're going to make sure that they feel like they belong, they have a place here, and they're valued.
Make sure you stay with us for the news at 6 as we dive deeper into the money they're down and how they plan to move forward without it. A national study is causing concern in eastern Oregon, suggesting Good Shepherd healthcare system could be at risk of closing. But the hospital's CEO says that simply isn't true. The study from the University of North Carolina flagged Good Shepherd as financially distressed, but the CEO says it used limited data and missed the full picture. He says the hospital is financially stable and growing, with nearly 500 new staff hired, expanded services, and a 30% increase in patients since last year. He says a call from a concerned patient drove home just how serious the rumors have become.
And what she said to me is, we're really worried, my husband and I, because if Good Shepherd closes, we'll probably have to move. Older couple, probably don't like to drive long distances, and I assured her that we are not closing, that we are going to be here for decades to come.
The hospital recently bought land in Boardman for a future campus. Another sign leadership says that Good Shepherd is here to stay. A new airline is coming to the Tri-Cities Airport next year to bring passengers to Southern California. The Utah-based airline Breeze will start flights in March of 2026 from the Tri-Cities to the Burbank Hollywood Airport. The airline will replace Avelo, whose last flight from the Tri-Cities will come in December. Airport Deputy Director Don Thaly says to keep an eye on the busy end of summer travel season in the meantime.
If you know your dates, try and book early enough so you can get a seat on the plane you want. I would expect more people traveling towards the end of August, as just before kids go back to school, getting that last vacation in.
TSA is also encouraging passengers to be Real ID ready to avoid additional screening on their summer flights.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, let's take a look at that forecast for tomorrow. We do have a first alert weather day, so make sure that you're paying attention to the forecast and the conditions outdoors here. I'll step out and show you. Wind is tomorrow afternoon and evening. What's the big deal? Well, we have got peak wind gusts of 25 to 45 miles per hour and critically dry vegetation within this window. So it would not take much of anything at all for one simple matter of a spark or flame to really set something ablaze, and we definitely do not want to do that. So your peak wind gust forecast for tomorrow afternoon, as things reach their maximum here, we're seeing northwest winds around 25 to 35 miles per hour. And you can see, and I'll step out and show you the rest of the region, west to southwest towards Walla Walla and Dayton there, and Battle Mountain at 25 miles per hour. Anywhere those gusts will range tomorrow afternoon into the dangerous range. But also on top of that, as we mentioned, we have got critically dry vegetation across almost the entire viewing area from Pendleton back northwest towards Ellensburg. We do have medium dryness back towards the Cascades and then Cabbage Hill and around the Blues there. And we're going to continue to watch this very closely. But just something to keep in mind is your campsites, just ignore any, try to avoid any kind of flames whatsoever. That's going to be the biggest thing. And make sure to have an evacuation plan and stay informed. And also pack a go bag just in case anything does get out of hand. Now, I will say here is some good news. We are anticipating with our weather patterns some changes coming our way that will keep this to be a short-lived problem. We are going to watch a frontal boundary that starts to generate over into the northwestern region of Canada, and as it continues to work its way southward, this is going to drift into our portion of the U.S. once we make it into Sunday night into Monday. So we'll cut down on the high temperatures. We'll also ease up on the intensity of the dryness, and we'll also bring some moisture back into the region. I will say Monday, Tuesday, maybe even lingering into Wednesday, there may be just enough moisture to squeeze out a few drops out of the clouds. Don't get your hopes up. Chances are low, but they're definitely not zero, at least for those few days. Back to the top of the forecast, temperatures are in the 90s right now for much of the area, and we do expect those readings to cool down tonight into the lower 60s, so that'll be good there. But then we're going to launch right back into those upper 90s for a high tomorrow. Take a look at your forecast here for the Tri-Cities area. 98 tomorrow with that alert day, 91 Saturday, upper 80s Sunday and Monday. Then we're looking at low to mid 90s, gradually increasing to the upper 90s by Wednesday and Thursday of next week. That frontal boundary that does come in will be temporary. We do anticipate a fairly large ridge of high pressure to build in over the central U.S., and that will begin to impact us as well. We'll go with upper 80s in Yakima for the weekend. Ellensburg, low 80s Saturday and Sunday. Breezy conditions tomorrow and Saturday. We've got a 20% chance for a couple of showers on Monday with 83 for high then. Walla Walla, we're looking at 98 tomorrow. By the time we get to Monday, that'll be the lowest high temperature we'll see. Then 90 on Tuesday, 95 Wednesday, 97 on Thursday. And we are seeing some potential hints of upper 90s to lower 100s for the region as we head towards Friday of next week. But we're still 7 days out from there. Breezy conditions for Hermiston both on Friday and on Saturday.
Hayden, thanks so much. Coming up in tonight's Spotlight, we're recognizing a donation in Richland. We'll tell you about the community impact when we return.
It's random, it's real. It's the $25,000 Big Cash Bash at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Get ready because anyone could randomly win $100 cash. Only on July 19th from 1 to 7 p.m. Everyone playing in the winner's row wins. No entries or membership required. Show your club card and multiply your winnings for up to $500 cash. $25,000 randomly given away in 6 hours. July 19th only. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Hey there, cool cats and groovy gals. Looking for a place where the good times roll? Cruise into Town Square Adult Day Center in Kennewick, where the jukeboxes jump in and the vibes are always good. Games, music, laughs, and a crew that treats you like solid gold. Way more fun than sitting at home watching the tube. Don't be a square. Make every day a blast from the past. Check out our early enrollment specials. Town Square Adult Day Center, where feeling young at heart is always in style.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next-level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Time now for the spotlight. The Domestic Violence Services of Benton and Franklin counties is turning houses into homes. It's all thanks in part to a donation of mattresses from mattress firm DVSBF. Says the donation adds more than simply comfort, but helps survivors of domestic abuse find healing and dignity in their fresh start. They believe new residents will now rest easier in a safe and stable home. Stay with us. Final look at your forecast when we come back.
Apple Valley News Now, the official television home of the Seattle Kraken.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Did you know Fred's Appliance has been family-owned locally since 1962? Come check out what's in stock and on sale. Score big on all GE appliances from your favorite brands like GE Cafe and GE Profile. Fred's is offering exclusive deals on all GE fridges, ranges, dishwashers, and so much more. Get up to a $3,000 rebate on Cafe packages. We still have the largest selection of in-stock Get It Today inventory in the region, making us your smartest and most convenient choice.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Well-qualified buyers can get 4.9% APR for 60 months on all 2025 Silverado HD pickups when you finance with GM Financial. See your community Chevy dealers.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morfin Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morfin Law Firm.
This summer heats up on Friday, August 8th at Legends Casino Hotel as Roy Jones Jr. presents a pro boxing and entertainment event like no other. Yakima's own Andrew Murphy looks to remain undefeated, while female boxer Maricela Cornejo from Prosser join rising international stars from Germany and Mexico. Plus, there is a heavyweight from China you have to see to believe. Tickets start at just $40 and can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com or the Legends Gift Shop. It's a midsummer night's dream of hot boxing and sizzling entertainment. Friday, August 8th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get your tickets now.
It's an awesome canyon close to home.
The recreational opportunity here is endless.
Fishing, birdwatching, river rafting, and more.
We have bighorn sheep. They're California bighorn sheep.
Fly the Northwest, the Yakima River Canyon.
Go for a scenic drive one evening. Come on up.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next, DT.
I am on the set of Match Game with the host, Martin Short.
That's me.
It's an ET exclusive.
Plus, only we're with the Summer I Turn Pretty cast. Next, DT.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
And let's get one last look at your 7-day forecast here. Just a reminder, tomorrow is a first alert weather day. We do have very dry conditions setting up, high temperatures, and as windy conditions and gusts up to around 25 to 35 miles per hour, even peaking as high as 40 miles per hour in some of the elevations there. So be alert for that tomorrow. We'll go back into the lower 90s and upper 80s on Saturday and Sunday as a frontal boundary comes in to relax that heat. But it's temporary. Unfortunately, we're going to be heading back to near triple-digit readings by Thursday and Friday of next week. Wendy?
All right, Hayden, thanks so much. Hey, before we say goodbye, we wanted to give you a reason to smile. Take a look at this, a lonely cloud out in Columbia Park. Thank you to Lifetime Dental Care for that sponsorship here. All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us at 5. We'll see you right back here for the news at 6.